Hello and welcome to another update video about Bonk. Bonk chart reacted actually here to this micro support area I communicated in the last video. Actually today, funny enough, and we had a run. It only touched it though, but support levels did hold. So the overall idea of upside continuation is valid. To be honest, I obviously didn't cover Bonk for a few days, so actually the support area would have been this one adjusted. Okay, so it actually came down quite deep into the support area, but obviously it's only a micro support area that I did not update in the last couple of days. You know, that's what I always say, these support levels have to be adjusted with the price. I always tell you, so you can do it yourself, because obviously you cannot update every micro move. Importantly though, the market is still holding support, continues to climb in what could be in the white count a high B wave. So the overall idea is that what we're doing here is an A, B, C structure that has to be considered definitely as a scenario. We have a reaction, several reactions to our yellow support zone. You can see how relevant the 23.6 Fibonacci level here was. The market then has been dancing on it. You know, danced, and then reacted and is now rallying. However, it just makes more sense structurally to see it as a high B wave with one wave down to come in wave C. The support level that needs to break, a second, let me check something. Yeah, the support level that needs to break for me to suggest that wave C to the downside is unfolding, which could send us into the yellow support region again. Well, that is at 0.0000180019. So it's a 50% retracement of that third wave. That's the 50% guideline I use. So if that level breaks, it's a good confirmation actually that wave C to the downside is unfolding. It depends also on the structure, but it's the first good confirmation we can get. That's also based on the current price high. If the price moves a little higher, we would have to adjust it. But for now, it looks like one more high is missing anyway from that white B wave in wave 5 of C of B. If another 4-5 pattern forms, then it's more directly bullish. That can always happen. It doesn't make much sense here, in my opinion, to have a diagonal pattern in yellow from here, but it sometimes happens. It just doesn't make much sense. It would have been a very shallow wave 2 then in the yellow count. Yeah, very shallow wave 2, acceptable, not invalid, but it just doesn't make so much sense. So, you know, I keep my focus on higher in the short term as long as we are holding above that 50% level that I mentioned to you. But obviously it's worth noting that if we get the break below that, we should head back into the yellow support region. It's moving only in corrective structures. So yeah, the idea of a diagonal is possible, as you can see there on the chart in the yellow count, but also the idea of an ABC structure. So we don't really have at the moment a great edge with Elliott Wave other than tracking the support levels. But it still, you know, allowed us to identify here where the support is sitting in the yellow support area and here the orange support. I don't have very clear probabilities if it's the white count or the yellow one. So what does that mean tactically? Well, I think anybody who entered in the yellow box, I mean, reasonable, it's always reasonable to do some profit taking. Didn't really have any other setup on this chart, so just this one. Maybe some people use the orange box to enter a trade, maybe. Then obviously it's likely just the fifth wave here. There is obviously structural resistance at the recent high at 351140. It's the all-time high, and I would still prefer, like, technically a lower wave 2. Yeah, that would be my preference, but the market doesn't necessarily care about my preference. It would just be the ideal structure. Now, often enough, the market takes the less probable pathway. That happens quite often. So we just need to be prepared for that. And I try to prepare you for it by showing you that diagonal pattern. And once we have a top in what could be wave B or wave 3 in yellow, I will offer you a direct support area for wave 4 in yellow if you believe that we couldn't get one more high, which we certainly can. It's just that from a probabilities point of view, not very clear at this stage. Maybe it becomes clearer. If it does, I will let you know. Until then, I'm watching for one more high and a possible reaction to the all-time high. And then, yeah, focus on higher as long as that 50% level is holding. We have to adjust that, obviously, as the price climbs higher, which I will do in future updates. That's my update about Bonk. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.